Top right, I'll definitely call. Pretty good turn card. I'll be raising, and if he wants to stick 200 big blinds in, I'll be more than happy to oblige. Yeah, I don't really look to 4-bet him too often, but I probably should still look to 4-bet him from time to time, just so that he doesn't like completely, or it's just so that I don't play completely passively and straightforwardly against him. On the river, on the top right, I don't think he thinks I'm bluffing too much, but there's not much to say. I've got the best hand pretty much all the time, so I'm just going to bet. There's some merit to betting small, but to be honest, like I just don't see him thinking I'm bluffing that much. And actually, I didn't think he called me in that spot, but he did. He had queen 6, and he snap called me, which again kind of made me feel like, okay, maybe this guy's not as good as I've been giving him credit for, because I don't think that's a snap call. If it's a snap call with queen 6 or whatever he had, then it's a snap call with any queen, because he's bluff catching with queen 6, and I'd expect him to think about it a bit with a hand like that, but maybe he was tilting, or maybe he's just relying too much on the absolute value of his hands. But either way, that kind of made me feel like he might not be as good as I was thinking, although I think he is still good. And just because he made a snap call doesn't mean he didn't have reasoning behind it. Bottom right, maybe I check raise him. Top right, I'll be folding. Bottom left, yeah, it's a pretty coordinated board. I just decided to give it up. I think that's okay. And it's something I've said before, but right now it feels like I've kind of got the momentum in the match, and I think it's worth trying to slow it down on my end quite a bit and not give him any opportunity to regain momentum. Bottom right was an interesting hand, and I think I might end it on that. Top right, I'll be check raising. So bottom right, he check raises me on the flop, and I think my only play for the most part is just to flat him. And on the turn, when he checks, I think I want to bet. He'll have worse queen highs and some ace highs and stuff like that I can bluff him off of, I think. And if he check calls a turn, I'll probably just shut down and assume he's just check raised me with like a king and then is taking a passive call down line or something like that. But he check shoves on me, which is really surprising. And I really wanted to call here because I felt like he was doing this with worse draws a lot of the time. Like, sure, he'll have like the nut flush sometimes if he's doing it with a draw, but a lot of his draws are just going to be like Jack 9 of clubs or 8 9 of clubs, which I'm not doing super great against, but I'm still ahead of. Or just lone clubs, maybe just going spastic. At the same time, though, I thought there is a chance he just takes this line with like a 2-pair hand or something and is just trying to level me. And I would really hate life if I ended up calling and he had like ace 9 or something stupid, although I can't imagine him doing it with that. I just thought that he'd have enough like 2-pair hands that it probably isn't a call, and I'm doing pretty badly if he does have a 2-pair hand or the nut flush draw. So I decided to fold, and I think it goes back to what I was saying about not wanting to give him a chance to regain momentum. It's a really, really close spot, I think. And I think I'd probably lean towards folding just because I don't want him to win a huge pot. But I think this is really bluffy, or really semi-bluffy. And maybe he's aware of that and was doing this for value. But if, yeah, I'd really be interested in what he had, in finding out what he had there. I'm not too sure. But I don't mind a call, even though it's obviously a humongous overshove. I think he really has like a combo draw here a lot. With like 8 9 of clubs or like 8 6 of clubs or something. But the other thing that's worth mentioning is he has been check calling a lot of draws, so it makes it a little bit less likely. And maybe actually with that consideration, then the fold is okay. I think in the flow of the match, the fold was okay if momentum wasn't a consideration at all, which it probably shouldn't be as big a consideration as I'm making it out to be. But in that situation, I think with a little bit of not wanting to give back momentum, it tilted it towards a fold probably. Top right, I'll be calling, and I think I should just bluff if he decides to bet or check to me, but he bets, and I think I have to fold.